All right, we're going to start this lesson on histograms, lesson A12. How can you display data in a histogram? So this is an example of a histogram. It's a graphical display where the data is grouped into ranges. The height of each bar shows how many are in each range. This is similar to a bar graph, but in a histogram, each bar is for a range of data. So down here you can see this bar right here is for the data that falls between the range of 100 to 150. A histogram, again, uses bars of different heights. It's similar to a bar chart or a bar graph, except for that they're grouped into ranges. You decide what ranges to use depending on your data set. All right, so here's an example, the height of orange trees. You measure the height of every tree in an orchard in centimeters. The heights vary from 100 centimeters to 340 centimeters. You decide to put the results in groups of 50 centimeters. The 100 to just below 150 centimeter range, the 150 to just below 200 centimeter range, and etc. So a tree that is 260 centimeters tall is added to the 250 to 300 range. And here's the result. You can see that there are 30 trees from 150 centimeters to just below 200 centimeters tall. So if we look up here, there's the 30 and that bar goes up to 30. The horizontal axis is continuous like a number line on a histogram. Histograms are a great way to show data such as weight, height, how much time. The reason we might use a histogram over a bar graph is imagine that you're taking the heights of some sixth graders. You are going to have a bunch of different heights, but there's probably going to be people that are grouped in the same category. So that might be a way to look at it. When the data is in categories, such as country or favorite movie, it's better to use a bar chart. All right, grouping data in intervals. So here is some data. The members of the high school soccer team practice shooting the ball at the goal. Each player attempts 50 shots at the goal. The number of goals made by each player is listed below. Use a dot plot to represent the data. So before we put this into a histogram and a frequency table, it's helpful to figure out where our data lies so that we'll know what kind of intervals we want to use for our charts. So to do the dot plot, I'm just going to use x's for each set of data. So there's a 25, so I'm going to write an x at 25, 29, 29, 30, 33, 34, 35, 35, 36, 39, 42, and 44. On your dot plot, circle the dots that are in each interval of the frequency to help you complete your table. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to have, there is an interval of 20 to 29. So that's this group right here. There's a group that's 30 to 39. So that's this group right here. And then a group that would be 40 to 49. Okay, and so I can see in my first interval there are 3. In my second interval there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my third interval there are 2. So then I can make my bar, or my histogram down here. So on the side I'm probably going to want to count by 2s just to save myself room. So 2, 4, 6, 8, so here's 2, 4, 6, 8. And then on the bottom I would have the intervals from my table, so 20 to 29, 30 to 39. I'm going to go off the page a little bit. It's hard to write small with these stylus. So 20 to 29, there's 3, so I would be making a bar up to about there. 30 to 39, there's 7. So in between my there's my bar, and then 40 to 49, there's 2. So I would have something down here. All right. Looking at the next one. So a histogram, again, is a type of bar graph whose bars represent the frequencies of numeric data within intervals. That's really what we're looking at. So when we look at this one, a deer watcher counts and records the number of deer at a deer feeder every morning at 9 o'clock for several days. We're going to make a histogram of the data. Before I would put this into my frequency table, I'm going to create just a real quick dot plot. So if I look at just writing, it looks like my data goes from 1 to 14. So I'd 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We'll squeeze that one down there. And so 12, look at that, 3, 8, 1, 1, 6, 10, 14, 3, 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 7. So then in my intervals, I think I'll use 1 to 5, 6 to 10, and 11 to 15. I'll just split it into 3 groups. So my interval, 1 to 5, 6 to 10, and 11 to 15. So in the 1 to 5, look up here and I have 8. Oops, this would be my frequency. In the 6 to 10, I can look up here and I have 5. And then in the 11 to 15, I have 2. So now I'm able to create my histogram along the side. Again, I probably would count by 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8. And then I'm going to put my ranges down here, 1 through 5, 6 through 10, and 11 through 14. And then I'm going to go ahead and create my bars. So 1 through 5, I had 8. And let's get another color. 6 through 10, I had 5. Oops. And 11 through 14, I had 2. And there is my histogram. All right, we can also analyze a histogram. So when we look at it, it helps us to give us some information about what's happening. So in this example, a theater owner keeps track of how many people come to see movies on 21 different Saturdays. What prediction could the theater owner make about how many movie goers come to a theater on a typical Saturday? So to make this prediction, we'd look at what's the highest bar in the histogram. And in this one, it's this green one, in the 80 to 89. And then make a prediction based on the highest bar. Well, it looks like on a typical Saturday,